And we are going to see 5 red lights, and we'll be underway at the Paul Ricard, the French Grand Prix for DRC round 6, and we are underway. Jagu with an immense start up ahead. Some moves up here. Jacob's trying to get through around the outside. Can he find a move? Castleman's trying to get through as well into turn 1. Can't find the gap at all. Jagu's flown right through. Birds side by side with Jacob. Jacob, who did a fantastic start in that Aston Martin, has climbed right up but just can't find that move through there at all. Periland as well has gained a few positions for himself. Brilliant start by Aston Martin, you can say. Jacob holding on and Periland flying through as well. Further back, I think, what, 7er? No, it was a little bit further back than that. Moves side by side. McLaren's trying to sort themselves out with Stosan with that Ferrari into the chicane by him, unfortunately. As I see side by side here with AIM and Ardy Gamer. Ardy Gamer, a brilliant start. This is no longer a Williams sandwich. Ardy Gamer is up into P12. Brilliant bit of driving by him. Just to get going, affects it. And there's been a bit of contact. 7 has completely spun Kimarai round. That's giving him the position. He's going to have to give that position up for much. Kimarai, again, side by side with Penguin. I think Penguin's lost out completely and he's been punted off track. That's unfortunate. He's going to now find himself right down the order. There just wasn't enough room through there. Kimarai is now through to 9th place. Down the inside, into the chicane, into Montreal. He's actually going to clear him completely, and that Ferrari is through. Nothing that Kimarai could do. No answer. Oh, and there's a mistake there by Stosan. That's allowed Kimarai to come right back at him. There's a battle for P10 already in this race. Every point matters, of course, but they're going to go side by side through signs, and there we go. Ferrari just holding on to it around the outside. And they're still there side by side. And that has just trying to squeeze the Ferrari out. Can't quite find the move. And down the inside, holds on to the position and parks on the apex. Very unfortunate by Kimarai. That's allowed Edgin to climb up, who's gained quite a few positions as well. Speaking of the other Red Bull, 7er is now looking at the back of Periland. Not much he can do to defend against this, but he's going to try. Can he stick it around there long enough into Montreal? He cannot. He'll have to sell in behind for now, unfortunately. Jacob looking for a move as well on Burge. Burge, who really is struggling on these tyres. Nothing much he can do currently. Nothing much he can do to defend this one. And he will have to now settle down for P5. He's trying it around the outside. So there's no way through there, unfortunately. And there's been a bit of contact further back. I think Kimarai's out the race. I can't see a car anywhere on track. Kimarai, he's gone right off down there. Conditions again. Edgin coming through the order. We'll see if he can get anything done, unfortunately. Unfortunately, Periland losing out there to Edgin, who's flying through. Brilliant race so far. 11 positions gained by him. Order completely jumbled up. Didn't see what happened, unfortunately, to Kimarai. It's never nice to see anyone lose out and end up out of the race. But that is, unfortunately, where we are with this one. Now through here, let's see what end of Sector 1. If Matthias can do anything through here, if he can continue his charge up the order. Fudge as well getting ahead of Jacob in the DRS straight, but Matthias now into the Montreal chicane. He's got the move done. Ardy Gamer draining his battery, trying to just desperately hold on, but there's nothing he can do. These fresh tyres on Matthias proving too much for anyone to handle currently at the moment, and he is up to 7th. A brilliant charge by him up through the field to navigate, as well as Jacob dispatches Fudge, and Edgin might even be having a go himself side by side into Montreal chicane. He does it, and Edgin is through to 3rd. These drivers, though, will have to stop again. Fudge trying to come back across with a switchback. Can't do it. Tucks in behind. And we are going to see now if Jacob and Edgin can close down on Castleman. Fudge, of course, is there on merit. Plenty of pace from himself. Edgin side by side a little bit through here with Jacob. Can't quite find the gap. Can't find a way through. But it's only allowing Castleman to stretch his legs further ahead there by Jacob. But Edgin is now through to 2nd place. Drivers struggling with the pit entry. It's completely hard to see the white lines. Next person. Oh, it's Foxy and Farmers losing out completely sideways and into the barrier. Forza just completely side by side losing it, damaging his car, and that's unfortunate to see. These drivers up in front though, they're ahead of the safety car. The safety car didn't come out in time. Castleman, 2-second lead. That'll be cut down, but he can box everyone in front of Matthias, everyone in front of Jagu. Castleman just taking his time. Of course, Imagine drivers just trying to keep as much heat with brake dragging as they can as we're coming through the final set of corners, through Lac, through Pont. When will Castleman go? I think he already has gone. He has gone. Edgin staying close with him. Drivers now falling through to the timing line, and Castleman deciding not to take any chances, not risk anything, and he has gone underway straight away. And Scrub side by side already with Matthias. Matthias deciding to back out of that one. Wise probably from him, considering the tyres probably weren't warmed up as enough as they could. Edgin just trying to close the gap, can't quite manage it at the moment. We'll see DRS for not a couple of another laps, of course, on this as well. But Edgin did fantastic exit indeed. Is through side by side through Montreal chicane, and he is going to stay ahead. Can he? No, he's going to be side by side, but just enough to get ahead, and this has held them up. The hard runner Fudge has stayed right with him, seeing time penalties now as well, but Castleman losing out, but Edgin through, and now your race leader. Matthias, though, was dispatched by Jagu, so as far as Jagu's concerned, in terms of Matthias, order is restored. And it's all about just climbing through the field now for that Williams. Slipstream going to be very powerful here. No DRS just yet. Down the inside, using some battery to try and get this move done. And he does, round the inside of the chicane, and he is going to be up into 5th. Good recovery so far by that Williams of Jagu, who won last time out in Silverstone. Is now on the charge up through the field. Aim into 8th. RD Gamer having to fend off from this as well. And that McLaren is through. No idea what happened there. Cars, I just think there wasn't enough room for them all to fit into that one gap. But of course, Jacob and Scrub were just too far ahead. Jagu and Jacob too far ahead to worry about that, as Jagu climbs up the order now into 4th, charging through the field still again, and looking to reclaim what rightfully was his first place, of course, pole position. Nowhere to defend from him, trying to squeeze into the wall, but nothing you can do. No answer to the drag reduction system, and then a battery that can be deployed there. And Jagu is up to P3 now, 2.5 seconds back for the Williams, as his charge through the field is over, and the chase is now on to catch Castleman and to catch Edgin. Done there at all, but Jacob side by side with Fudge. Fudge not going to lose out again. Surely Jacob making contact with the Alpine, trying to get the switchback, kept it all together, held onto it beautifully. Scrub couldn't find a way through either, but Jacob now through on Fudge. Brilliant move by that Aston Martin, nearly overcooking it. Bit too much excitement from him, but he is through nonetheless, up into 4th place. Scrub now having a look, but can't quite find the move there, unfortunately, either. Any momentum at all, and that Red Bull has flown right past Scrub and past Fudge, but he won't have DRS down this straight, and Scrub, you definitely feel now will take this position back off of him as he tucks down to the inside here and flies right through, but Matthias clears Fudge either way from that double overtake, so he will now just settle in position. Fudge, who had to burn a lot of battery as well just to get that move done. Stozan eyeing up the back of this train here, starting with Fudge, but Burge now the conductor of his own one, with Penguin behind, and Penguin side by side, and Penguin flying through. Penguins don't fly, but this one certainly does in the AlphaTauri, who charges through, of course, in this Montreal chicane. Brilliant by Stozan, all the way around the inside, and seeing a car sideways. 7 had caught a glimpse of it, unfortunately losing traction, losing grip, and that's miles wide by Stozan, as these drivers are still fighting and squabbling for the last bit of points that they can get. 3 wide at one point through there. What can they do here? Jagu right on the back. Periland's actually lost out completely. Periland's round in Sector 1. That's unfortunate. He's dropped out of that battle. But Jagu now charging on the AlphaTauri and completing his charge through the field. P2 now in that Williams. Great recovery drive by him, of course. doesn't have it. Matthias does have the speed though. Does have the speed. Over speed into the chicane. Brilliant by that Red Bull. And finally does get past Jacob. And he is up into 4th place. But now we're going to watch as Edgin comes around Sector 3, the final lap of the French Grand Prix. A brilliant drive by Edgin, flawless you could say, climbing through the field and climbing right up into P1 for the race win here around the Paul Ricard. And we are going to see him approach the timing line and take home victory here around Paul Ricard for round 6 of DRC Tier 1. But a brilliant drive by Edgin. P1, Jagu recovering from his 5-second pit stop into P2. Matthias as well, P2 into P4. Some of the drivers possibly taking the wrong strategy, but a good drive from themselves overall. Edgin, just a brilliant drive, climbing right up the field and taking victory here. And driver of the day, deservedly as well.